Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Happy Saturday. Or Sunday for some of you, like Benjamin. How is everyone doing today? And we have Mags back. She's back from her camp out.
Yeah, family camp out. Yay! And then before that, 2 weeks at the cottage.
Woo!
Woo!
So we have John here. John is our member of the week this week, if you didn't know.
Niner.
You can read all about him. With Benjamin, Janine, Greg, Jonathan from Quebec City, Betsy, Tommy, Greg, Patricia. Hello, Patricia from Kentucky. Mojavlin. Hello.
Willowdean.
Oh, she was off with the fairies. I'm jealous.
Who's with the fairies?
Mojavlin said she was off with the fairies.
Ooh.
And there. Who else is here? Willowdean. Hello. June. Chris, Pip, David, Smith, and did I say that right? Mojavlin. Oh, Lynette. Oh.
Lynette Jester. She just likes to throw up that name because it's such a fun name, but she loves to listen to us try and pronounce it, I think.
Yes, she does. People like to have me pronounce fun things. So
Betsy, go. Hey, Betsy.
Okay, well,
it is.
Any interesting things anybody has to share this morning? Or if not, we will.
If you're in New Orleans, I hear you're going to get some rain.
Oh yeah, Fred is coming.
Fred. But let's go with some interesting names this year. Fred is on his way.
Fred is on his way.
We're talking about a hurricane. In South Carolina, there's a ghost story where this guy will walk up to people and talk to them, and he says something like, "It's going to come. There's a storm coming," or "It's coming up a cloud." So it's coming up a cloud, New Orleans.
Yeah, it keeps moving west, so it was first heading right towards where I am, but now it's going. We'll see where it goes.
And guess who else is headed right for where Sarah is?
Oh, yes. That's why my mom is not here today. She is in the car driving up to see me. I thought she was going to be able to pop on, but I wasn't thinking that she had to drive here first. And that's 8 hours. So, oh well. We had some other people. Gary from Washington. And Charles from Georgia. And Hillary, hello.
Hello, Hillary.
Hillary. Fearsome Fred. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of Fred.
When I heard Fred, I was thinking Fred Flintstone's on his way to Florida.
And he's running there with his little car. He's running on his little.
That's what your mother's doing right now. Joe's in the car.
Yeah, my mom is reading while my dad is driving. I can guarantee that's what's happening in the car right now. So, yabba dabba doo. Yes, that is.
Yabba dabba doo. I tell you, the deep conversations that we have on Saturday mornings is just amazing. Getting everything set up here. You know what I'm getting set up for, Sarah?
So do we have a question of the week?
Well, we do. We do. That's what I'm getting set up, yeah.
What is our question? Sorry, I was also searching because Greg asked if there was ever been a Hurricane Barney, and apparently there was. And maybe? I don't know. It's not very specific.
Yes, we are going to talk about those connections to John Tyner. John Tyner is Sarah's closest connection for the week. She is.
Ooh, John, we're the closest.
26. Well, that and France Gaul, whoever that is. John Tyner, France Gaul. I have no idea who that was. We're going to find that out in a minute when Sarah talks about the connections. But for right now, we're going to do the question of the week, which we had. I have a whole list here of your answers. Can you even see my handwriting? Ooh.
Yeah, Mags like to take. Sometimes Mags can't even read her own handwriting.
Oh, I'm good with reading my own handwriting sometimes. I have to say that there was somebody who gave a really cool answer, and the answer from Wendy Scott was WikiTree. And the question of the week is,
should we show the screen?
Yeah, I should show the screen. Yeah. The question of the week is, how did you catch the genealogy bug? And if you've ever heard me tell the story, my grandmother literally caught me at birth and started screaming my family names at me. And I grew up on her lap listening to family information. So that's how I learned. So basically from my grandmother. And if we go down the list, the top reasons people got the genealogy bug was from their grandparents. School project was right up there. One of the people answered, and I love this one. Wait, it's on the Facebook group. There we go. I just saw this. R.C. Hania said she was raised in a religious cult. I just saw that. Okay. How many people were a part of the Scholastic Book Club in high school or college or whatever? So
I went to the fair, but I don't think I was part of the club.
Yeah, well, back in 5th grade, Elizabeth Ann Murphy Sutherland, the Scholastic Book Club offered a Finding Your Roots pack that included a book and pre-printed family record sheets to fill out. And she's been working on that specific package of stuff since then. I got to fix my camera. I'm not doing a green screen, and it says that I am.
I know, I keep seeing green on you.
That should have fixed it. There we go. I'm not green anymore. So that was a cool answer, the Scholastic Book Club. I love that. I also saw something fun yesterday in Facebook where people were saying that if you have a kid in school who does the Scholastic Book Club, that if you give $10 or $5 to the teacher to let them get a book for another kid who doesn't have enough money to have a book order, I thought that was a good idea too. That's fun. So we had so many great answers. Marion Poole, let's see if I'm on the first one. I'm not. So on the very first one, Marion Poole said that she wanted to fulfill her mother's wish, which I thought was a great idea. I am not Kermit the Frog then, but I love Kermie. I would hate to get Miss Piggy mad at me if I was.
Well, because Greg said it's not easy being green, and then
no, yeah. So Marion Poole, I've always loved history, but it was my mom wanting to know about her family before she passed away that stirred it up. Unfortunately, her mother got too sick to do it, and it got postponed. So after she died, she picked up the mantle and started doing it. I thought that was a great story. Lucy Salvagio Diaz said that she and her sister used to drive around and look at cemeteries, and they would just pick any random cemetery and stop at the cemetery and see if there were any family names in there that they recognized. And that's how she got started, which I thought was fun. But she doesn't know exactly when she caught the bug. I think a ghost probably gave it to her from the cemetery. She caught that bug. Scrolling on down. David Smith.
Who's in the chat? He's here.
Who, David Smith?
Yeah.
Hey, David. How are you? David caught the genealogy bug through his grandmother. And that was a lot of people's answers. It was my grandmother
me too.
who did this to me. Yeah. When he was small, her house used to be a bit like a museum. Although nowadays a lot of other things have been replaced because that house was mostly not childproof. She and my grandfather were amateur darts players. They played in a large organized league, but never made any money from it. It's unfortunately so true of many dart tournament players, I think. The house is filled with many, many of their trophies. Then there was a black and white picture set that she always had of people and that I didn't know, and things from the war. So seeing all that as a child definitely impacted David, and David had to start into genealogy to figure out the connection with some of this stuff. Alexis Nelson, her father-in-law, which I thought was interesting. The first time I ever saw anyone working on genealogy was after I married my husband. My father-in-law, Leroy Nelson, had written to courthouses and collected birth and death certificates. So he was compiling this family information. And she actually still has the work he did. And she thinks that he may have been trying to work towards possibly joining the DAR for, I guess, his mother-in-law. Yeah. And so Alexis got her start doing that as well. That's so fun. Wendy Scott, I'm going to just summarize hers, and that it's really easy. She said WikiTree. All right, cool. Susan Keel, my parents told me not to look because I might not like what I found. Of course, it's going to start looking. Yeah, don't touch that. Touch it. You know, don't touch. It's a hot, hot stove. Don't touch that stove. I'm going to touch that stove. Moving on down. Ben Molesworth.
Well, he just actually made a comment about his answer too.
Okay, I'm going to read your answer and then I'm going to do your comment. My dad was studying our family tree with his father. While they were doing that as a teenager, I was replicating the genealogy in a Bible, putting it down on paper in an easier to look at. A couple of years ago, I took a tour group to look at a tall ship used for taking people to Australia. I wondered if any of my family had been on that ship, so I started looking at my own family tree, which I thought was really cool. And then Ben says, I didn't mention in my answer, my grandfather and his brother were discouraged from looking into their family history by their father because their father's parents weren't married. So finding out family secrets can be a thing. June Book answered in the Facebook chat, but she's also answering in her chat that my goal was to disprove my great aunt and cousin's family stories. They sounded like tall tales. All had a grain of truth except for the Native American connection. Let's see. And then people are talking about commenting on playing darts. Ben says that once he got the bug from the tall ship trip, that he went out after it like a hound dog. That's crazy. My father always says, I mean, we have the most boring family in the world, truly. My Galding line is like not endogamous, nothing weird went on. And he always says, you're finding out all the stuff, all the secrets. And I'm like, what secrets? Tell me, is there a secret I don't know about? We're pretty boring. On down, M. Ross. Let's go down. Yeah, M. Ross. I'm going to paraphrase because you don't want me reading all of this stuff to you. But he inherited the role from his father. His father was the family historian, and he ended up taking on that role when his father died. That's cool. So it got passed down. Dieter Lawrence. Is Dieter here today?
No, he's not.
Oh, no.
I didn't see him.
There was a wedding in the family, and his family, his wedding, actually. And he had a lot of family at his wedding from both sides of the family. And for some reason, I guess they're trying to introduce themselves to him. They were telling him all sorts of stories, family snippets and things at the wedding. And of course, at your wedding, you can't write all this stuff down. So after they got married and a little bit of time passed, he went back to every one of those people who told him those little snippets and wrote it down. And that's when he started his entry into genealogy, which I thought was a pretty cool story. And that kind of goes along with Chris Whitten. If you ever hear about why Chris started WikiTree, Chris did it because he was going to be getting married and he wanted Megan to know all about his family. So he started this WikiTree thing so that his family would start entering their information in. Isn't that a cool?
Oh.
Have you ever heard that?
I don't think so. I don't think I've heard that story.
Well, that's what he told me. When he used to spend some time in the Salt Lake City airport really late at night after Roots Tech, and he told me
late night chats with Chris Whitten.
Yeah. Let's see. Moving on down, Chris Ferriello. Where are you, Chris?
He's in here somewhere.
Yeah. Truthfully, he says I was always sort of interested as it came with the territory of being part of an Italian American family. And he heard stories from family, and he just wanted to back up the stories to see if they were true or make them true or get to the roots of what went on. So that's a lot of people wanting to prove the family stories that they'd heard. Let's see. Thomas Kerneline.
He's not here. I haven't seen Thomas is here.
Oh, isn't that nice? Oh yeah, June. June says Mags and Chris Whitten both welcomed me to WikiTree in 2014. How fun.
Oh.
Thomas Kerneline. He says it was from a family reunion and from his grandparents. Tyrion Kima was family history book that got passed down through the female line. Let's see, she may be on this next page. Terry Ann, where are you? There we are. I thought that was cool that they had a family book that just got passed down from the mothers to the daughters. So I guess you would call that kind of a matrilineal lineage information. Let's see. And Jamie Johnson, from a TV show. She watched a TV show on the Statue of Liberty. And that's what gave her the impetus to start. She wanted to find out how much of the stories were true and about all of the wonderful immigrants that she saw. She wanted to find out more about it. So that was interesting. Let's see. Rebecca Cornell, scrolling down. She had a family name that was both on her mother's side and her father's side. So instead of having 4 different names for her grandparents, she had only three names, and she wanted to see what the family connection was there, and she found it. So that was interesting. A little bit of endogamy there. Oh, and let's see. Marion Cerruti. I often love Marion's answers. Let's see if she's on the page. Still scrolling. Here we go. It's a family disease, she says. It's a disease in the family. I love that. Let's go on. Pamela Ryan. She just wanted to discover a family story. My grandfather's parents died in Iowa after coming from Ireland. He was 4 when his mother passed, 6 when his father passed. He was in and out of orphanages. He was 70 when I was born. So he was quite old. So I never got asked about his family. My father did not even know his paternal grandparents' first names or where they were born. I started looking for information to get to the background. A wonderful county clerk in Iowa started looking for information to get to our background too. It's fun when you find somebody who you get interested in your story. So this wonderful county clerk helped her answer so many questions, and that's how she got hooked. Michael Stills gets the answer of the week. He says, "Catch it. I'm still looking for the vaccine that's effective." So I think that's a good way to round that out. But yeah, so inherited stuff from my grandparents. I was adopted was a big answer this week, or I was adopted, or there was an adoption in my family and I wanted to solve that. And going along with that, people wanted to solve a family mystery or to find out if these tall tales that they had heard were true. Some people got inspired after they had been to a reunion, school project, or they inherited stuff from their family, and that's how they found. So many great answers. And Lynette says there's no vaccine for this. No, there's not.
Charles says that he got started in Boy Scouts working on his genealogy merit badge.
There you go. And Betsy Coe said she had an interest since childhood, but really got into it when a free ancestry trial for 30 days in the summer of 2015. And I realized all the information that you could find in records. Cool. Any other great? Let's see. I just added mine. Let's see. I didn't see it. So I got started in Boy Scouts. That's the one you were talking about, which I think is great. And let's see. Anyway, that's great. See, John Tyner, you're our you're our person of the week, member of the week. My maternal great aunt wrote her memoirs, published before she was 90, and she died in 2003, age 91. I started reading the book and was hooked. That's a good answer from our member of the week, John Tyner. And Hillary started investigating after finding some certificates in a suitcase. So finding that stuff that gets handed down, or finding information because you got handed down. Really, it was my grandmother, and then I inherited the majority of the genealogy stuff. My sister has some of the stuff, but I've got the majority of the genealogy stuff. And what I don't have, I think that my sister and I have worked on digitizing so that we both have it. So that's cool. Thank you, guys. That is all so good. That was the question of our week. Lynette says she's had this disease for 42 years this month.
Congratulations.
So that's the question of the week. This one goes into the slot with the rest. You should see this
with all her other notes.
Here are my notes from all the questions of the week and all. There's another stack somewhere too. I'm gonna publish a book.
Books of Meg's live cast adventures for WikiTree.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it won't go in its little hidey place. It has to be neat. I'm one of those people who's completely insane because my desk is neat.
OCD, maybe?
A little, maybe.
A little?
It's good to be OCD when you're a genealogist and you're working with lots of different people.
Well, I guess it is now time for our profiles of the week. And they are 1960s musicians this week to mark the release of Respect, the new biopic by Aretha.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Find out what it means to me. Okay. On that note.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
I just closed this. I gotta open back up.
Well, Benjamin, if you were here earlier, you would have. We mentioned that my mom is currently driving to come see me. She's in the car.
In the car? Where are you
in
from? Boston now? In Boston? They have Boston down in Tallahassee and Florida, but that's true. You hear a lot of northern accents down Florida way. My question was, could we get Joe to log in while she's driving?
Let me text her, see if she wants to pop in. I'll text her now while I'm. So
Sarah's texting her mom to see if she'll put her book down long enough to log in. Do they have a good internet data plan on their phone? That would be important.
They have AT&T, so I guess so.
Unlimited?
Yeah, my parents have had AT&T since it was Singular, if anybody knows what that means. So AT&T bought Singular. Okay, so Aretha Franklin, born in 1942 in Tennessee.
39
in 2018 in Michigan.
How many for me?
And she was the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Which is appropriate.
And she was the most influential female vocalist of the 1960s. And apparently she dropped out of high school after having her first child at the age of 13. She began her singing career in her father's Baptist church singing gospel music. She recorded her first gospel album, Spirituals, at 14. and she was signed to Columbia Records in 1960. And after a few years, she landed Atlantic Records, and her popularity took off. So, and then now her biopic that's coming out. So that is our main feature. And while I am going through these, let us know who you're most closely connected to.
Sarah is 39 degrees from Aretha Franklin, and I am 35 degrees from Aretha Franklin.
Ooh, that's the closest?
Ooh, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm just telling you how you're related to Aretha.
Okay. So next we have
Sir.
Uh-huh.
Sir Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney from the Beatles. We all know Mr. Paul McCartney from the Beatles.
You know I love you.
So he was born in June 18th, 1942 in England. And let's see. You know, he was obviously in the Beatles with George, Ringo, and John Lennon. And yeah, so I actually know a lot about the Beatles because when I was working at the History Museum down in Miami, we did a exhibit on the Beatles. Cool. I forgot most of it, but I did know at one point a lot about the Beatles. I also took a class in school about the Beatles, so there's a lot of. My favorite song is Yellow Submarine, to be honest.
Submarine. Yeah.
Your guys' favorite
Beatles song? Write that one? Who wrote that one?
I guess let's find out. Who wrote
Yellow Submarine?
Yellow Submarine.
Yep. Paul McCartney, John Lennon.
Yep. Paul McCartney. Okay. Okay, next on our list is Johnny O'Keefe.
Which is Ben Molesworth's close one. Johnny O'Keefe and Gordon Patrick.
Well, because he's Australian, so that makes sense. Born 1935 in Australia. Died in 1978. Apparently, he made his stage debut at the age of 4 when he played the role of Dopey in Waverly College production of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. That's cute. So O'Keefe's debut single was released in 1957, but failed to chart. Yeah. Are you familiar with Johnny O'Keefe, Ben? Is that a big? So yeah.
Betsy Coe likes the background on that profile. Very cool profile. All the negative or contact sheet.
Mm-hmm. And Shout. And apparently that one reached number 2 in Australia.
Shout?
Shout. The song Shout.
I love that song, but didn't the Beatles do it?
I don't. It is it.
And Ferris Bueller's Day Off, wasn't it the Beatles version that they were singing? No, it wasn't. It wasn't the Beatles. John Tyner says O'Keefe is an Irish name, and so Ben answered and he says yes. He was the Australian Elvis.
Oh. I mean, look at those sideburns.
I liked Elvis before the sideburns.
Oh.
The big mutton chop like sideburns, I didn't like those.
Gordon another Australia one.
Gordon Kirk.
Slim Dusty. I feel like he was on one before, but maybe I'm just crazy. Because that name sounds familiar to me. Because we've probably done it before.
Slim Dusty?
Slim Dusty.
Sounds familiar to you?
Because I think he was on another profile grouping. But I don't remember why. So, apparently he was a dairy farmer as well. So he was born in 1927 and died in 2003.
27 degrees. We're both 27 degrees from Kirkpatrick.
Oh, cool. And apparently the Prime Minister, John Howard, said Slim Dusty was a one-off and a great Australian icon. He was a singer-songwriter, guitarist, and producer. And he received 37 Golden Guitar Awards and was inducted into the ARIA Hall of Fame and Australian Roll of Renown. He was considered an Australian national treasure. And his hit song Duncan, there's a link to that YouTube.
Shout.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Slim Dusty. Look at it. He's even has a coin, commemorative coin. Next we have Dick Dale from Dick Dale and the Deltones. Born in 1937 in Massachusetts. And passed away in 2019 in California. Oh, look. Look at his that's the background. Surfer's Choice. American rock guitarist. He was a pioneer of surf music, drawing on Middle Eastern music scales and experimenting with reverberation. Dale was known as the king of the surf guitar. That's cool. Look at this. Oh, he looks so cool. His gold guitar.
I love the headband, man.
Right?
Rocking the headband.
I wish I could rock a headband like that. I can't. Next on our list, we have Mama Cass from the Mamas and the Papas. Born in 1941 in Maryland and passed away in 1947 in London, England. She was an American singer and actress. She was in 1998. She was posthumously inducted. I can never say that word, so forgive me. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So yeah, when Mamas and the Papas.
Monday.
Apparently she adopted the name Cass in high school, borrowing it from actress Peggy Cass, as Denny Doherty tells it. Oh yeah. There we go. I'm not familiar with her.
You're not familiar with
I don't think so.
Oh, here you go. All right. Let me turn the volume up really loud here.
Maybe I'm familiar with some of the songs, but the name itself does not ring a bell to my brain.
Ready?
Oh, I know that song. Who am I kidding? I know that
song. Okay. All right.
It's
legal if you only play a few seconds. Just say.
Yeah, that's why I haven't played anything yet. I don't want to be illegal. Okay. Next we have Mary Servais. Did I say? Only if Thomas was here. Or if anybody else knows how to say that last name. Born 1919 in the Netherlands and passed away in 1998.
What did she sing?
She is best known as this phrase. She recorded many songs and was very well known in the Netherlands.
Nice.
So yeah, heard. This is in. Let's translate this to English. Oh, that was her stage name. She was known as that.
Without a name.
Singer. Aha, that makes sense. Oh, that's cool. So we have some people from Australia and from the Netherlands on our list. Very cool. I guess the next one is also from
You're closer to Mary Cervais than I am by 2. And you go up to her through your dad, of course. Cool. Jan Johansson.
Yeah. Oh, my mom was like, how do I pop in? I was like, go on Facebook. Go on Facebook. And watch it on Facebook. Okay. So Jan Johansson. Apparently, something about the Pippi Longstocking TV series theme song. It's speculative. He may be best known where he played however you pronounce that, where he played jazz arrangements of Swedish folk tunes, or possibly for the theme song of Pippi Longstocking. So either or. He was born in 1931 and passed away in 1968. So he would like to play in the piano.
He was young when he
jazz
passed.
Pianist.
He was very young.
Okay. Yeah, he died in a car crash. Next we have France Gaul. Born in France. Full name Isabelle Genevieve Marie Anne Gaul. 1947 and passed away in 2018. She was a French singer. She won the Eurovision Song Contest in 1965, and she remained very popular until the 1990s. Thanks to hits written by her husband, Michael Berger, she sold over 20 million records worldwide.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I think she was in a rock opera, Starmania. And yeah. And then her singer-songwriter husband. Musical Starmania. That is interesting. Starmania. Musical. It's a Canadian-French cyberpunk rock opera written in 1976. Cool. I guess I'm going to have to... I wonder if you can watch that musical somewhere. Ooh, next we have Bob Dylan. Born on May 24th in 1941 in Minnesota. He was born Robert Allen Zimmerman, but he later changed his name to Bob Dylan. And when he was asked about the name change in 2004, he said, "You're born, the wrong names, wrong parents. I mean, that happens. You call yourself what you want to call yourself. This is the land of the free." So he has sold over more than 100 million records, making him one of the best-selling artists of all time. His lyrics incorporate a wide range of political, social, philosophical, and literary influences, and he's received 11 Grammys, a Golden Globe, an Academy Award. He was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He has the Pulitzer Prize, 2008, Presidential Medal of Freedom from Barack Obama, and the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2016 was awarded for Bob Dylan for having created new poetic expressions within the great American song tradition. So he has a lot of awards. What's your favorite Bob Dylan song? Go. Oh, there's my mom. She figured it out.
Hey, Joe.
She's in the car.
Oh, my favorite Bob Dylan song? There's so many. There's so many that I can't even think of one.
Well, Bob Dylan is Betsy's closest. Okay, our last one is Leonard Cohen.
Tambourine Man?
Is that your favorite, or is that somebody else's favorite?
No, I really like that song. That's mine.
Okay, last one from Canada.
Oh, Canada. Oh my gosh.
He's a singer, songwriter, musician, poet, and novelist. He's been inducted into the both Canadian Music Hall of Fame and Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame, as well as the American Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's also a companion of the Order of Canada, the nation's highest civilian honor. In 2011, Cohen received the Prince of Asturias Award for Literature. Born in 1934 and died in 2016.
Oh, Joe. Killing
What?
me. Killing me. In the car with a blueberry pie.
Do you really have a blueberry pie? They just stopped at a gas station a little bit ago, so my mom might have gotten a blueberry pie, but I don't know.
That's crazy.
And everybody on YouTube.
Bob Dylan, people are still answering Bob Dylan stuff too.
Everyone on YouTube, Mom says hi, because since you're on Facebook and they're on YouTube, so you can't see each other. Okay.
There's an iconic fella who should be in for the Canadian stuff who died this past year. Who can name that person who was incredible with the Indigenous community? Name that rock star. He played with a band called the Tragically Hip here in Canada. Amazingly, the Tragically Hip aren't that well known outside of Canada, which surprises me. Yeah. They're like the biggest band in Canada.
She's just joshing you.
Oh, you lying dog, you. Get out from under my porch.
Okay. Those are all of our profiles of the week. So who was I most closest to?
You were closest to, besides John Diner, you were closest to Richard Mansour and Bob Dylan. Oh, no, wait. Johnny O'Keefe.
Oh.
Johnny O'Keefe.
Cool. And just so everybody knows, you can see, we talked about this last week, you can see how you're connected to other musicians by searching the musicians category. So let's see, like jazz musicians, you can see your connections up here.
Miles Davis.
So Calloway, Cable, I don't even know who that is.
Calloway.
Cable Calloway. Look at that. And then here so those are your direct ancestors and cousins, and then connections down here. So basically any category, for the most part, you can do that, which I think is pretty cool.
That is. Those new connections are so cool. They're so much fun. So much fun.
And look, next week we are featuring pseudonyms.
Oh, that should be fun for you.
No. No.
Because the only reason someone would have a pseudonym is because they can't pronounce their real name, right? Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, just look at the couple that are here already. I guess the main one is Mark Twain, where you're featuring, so put in your suggestions, guys. Okay, now let's look at photos. Photos. So our theme this week is hard work.
The answer to the question about the Canadian band, the Tragically Hip, who was the lead singer who just recently passed away, which nobody seems to answer or want to answer, is Gord Downie. So we're done that. Photos.
I don't know if you showed some of the things.
I have been showing those.
Okay. So they can see each other, see what they're saying to each other. Okay, photos of the week, hard work.
Ooh.
We know we have to make the joke, are they working hard or are you hardly working? Oh, Janine uploaded this one. Apparently, this is my great-grandfather, my mother's father, Joseph Hiram Denton. He had a farm, did blacksmith, but he worked on a road, not sure where. So he's the one without the mustache in the middle. So this guy.
The guy with the big X over his head? Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, the X over his head.
You think the X ever bothered him? Like, was he trying to swat the X away during his lifetime? Get that X off my head.
Oh, a magician. That's a cool one.
That is a cool picture.
Another magic one. Oh, it's the same. It's by the same.
Same one.
Yeah, same
people.
Person who uploaded it, Bill Sims. He always uploads photos every week. Oh, look. Clarice working on a Boeing B-29 plant.
Go, Rosie. Rosie the Riveter. Doing their part during the World War II.
Oh. I was like, Rosie, am I missing something?
Yeah. Oh, cool.
That's cool.
What's that name? Cineas.
Cineas Irbajakastajet. I don't know.
There you go.
I tried.
He's in a diving suit.
Damn.
Early diving suit.
Yeah. Wow. I wonder how long you could stay under the water with that.
Well, there was an air tube, but still you had to go through the decompression to come back up.
Well, I wonder how big of an air tank they had too, you know.
Cool.
I don't know. Very cool.
Lynette says that her mom was a bomb girl. She made bombs.
Ooh. So the question is he working on WikiTree?
And poor dog can't line its bed.
No. It's now a footbed. Oh, look, he is working hard on WikiTree.
That's fun.
Ooh, acrobatics. This is a fun. Oh, David! Another photo. Another post by David. I like how they really wanted to get a photo of this, but they were far away, so you see heads in it. Yeah, it's fun.
Chris Ferriello says that diving suit was a Scooby-Doo villain diving suit. I agree.
Oh, yeah, definitely Scooby-Doo. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ooh. Another one by Kathleen. What is this?
Welders.
Team makes easy work of hard work. As teamwork makes the dream work. That's the right phrase for that. Doing drywall work.
He's on stilts.
While on stilts. Oh, damn. That's cool. That's dangerous. Maybe.
One of my sons does that.
While doing dry work or just walks around on the stilts normally?
During drywall work. Hanging drywall.
So John Miller teaches in rural. Oh my gosh, this in Ontario. That word got me.
Rural. John Russell.
It's a weird combination of sounds. Look! I don't know if that's a cow or a horse.
That's a horse pulling a plow. Or probably a donkey.
Or yeah, it could be.
Or a mule.
Yeah, I was also thinking mule. You guys know I love animal photos, so make sure.
Oh.
He looks like he's taking a break right there.
It looks like he's washing clothes, washing out some
That's
socks.
true.
Wilfred.
Francis Ross.
Was that your picture, Greg? That was the other picture was from Huntsville, Ontario, which is close to where Greg lives.
Look, I think we've seen this photo before.
The
no,
band?
we've seen a photo like this before.
Yeah,
and we had a whole discussion about what an instrument was, and Betsy helped us.
It was a different instrument, a different picture, but that E-flat alto horn is still there. It's the one right next to the middle there. Yep. Oh, actually, there's two of them together.
Yep. In Brazil, Iowa. Oh, man. Hugs on the Erie. Building trestle on Erie Railroad.
Wow.
Looks dangerous. Trestle. He's like just standing on that wood right there. Don't even have hard hats.
They had hard heads back then. Aww. Mother,
it's hard work. 3 kids is hard work. I agree.
It is.
I say like I agree, like I have 3, but
it is hard work.
And that was the last one.
You can never retire. You can never retire, Sarah, ever.
Nope. I was gonna look at the G2G post. See if there's any other photos. Oh, look!
Ooh, there's more.
This is the public domain photo of the Boeing B-29 in Wichita, Kansas. We had some discussion about that.
Ben Molesworth. Ben, I love it. I love it. 3 kids, hard work? Nah, it's a starter kit.
Starter kit. Look at Laura Smith sawing wood in her very long dress. That must have not been easy. We saw these. Let's see. Magician
wanted to know
magic.
What the magic kit, if it says what the magic trick was in the writing.
Let's see. Let's see. Apparently he was told that Hal spent hours before the mirror practicing his every move. It doesn't say what trick it was, but
a photo of me and Grandpa Hal.
Yeah, I think it was this one.
Nice.
Oh, this one's a new one we can see. The photo shows my father-in-law's mother, Elsa Amanda Peterson, working in the fields. While the men worked in the fields with horses, the women largely worked everything by hand.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, I guess it says horse-drawn here.
Okay, cool. Great Uncle Wilfred, he was in the Royal
Socks
Navy.
or his underwear.
And
so he was in the Royal Navy. Yeah, he was in the Royal Navy during World War II and a Suez Canal pilot until 1956.
Mom's logging off. She says bye. See you soon.
Bye. Oh, what? Chickens? Turkeys?
Chickens. There's animals, Sarah.
Chickens. In Germany. German chickens.
Chickens.
What was another one? Cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Oh my gosh. I want some cotton candy now. I haven't had it in a long time. Another one we haven't seen.
Four-door salesman.
They're piano tuners.
That's a fun job.
Apparently he...
I don't see Scooby anywhere, so Scooby must be in the suit.
Yeah. Apparently they salvage valuables from shipwrecks and blowing them up with dynamite.
Wow.
Yep, that was it, guys. That's all, folks. So, yeah, those were our photos. We talked about our profiles with the question of the week.
And I wanted to mention about the connection challenge this week was Drew Smith.
Oh, yes.
One of the genealogy guys.
Challenge.
And if you didn't watch Wednesday night, it was really interesting. All the information they found. What I loved, I know Drew, and Drew and I are actually from the same county kind of area of South Carolina, Lawrence County. And I asked Mindy if they could figure out how to connect Drew and I. Drew and I should be connected closely, but we cannot find any kind of connection. So nobody found any connection for Drew and I. But Drew got lots and lots of eyebrow raise. If you go back and you watch, his eyebrows are quite... WikiTree made his eyebrows. He's probably sore. His forehead is sore from raising his eyebrows so much at all the brick walls and all of the new ancestors that were added to his tree. So I really enjoyed this week watching some. I've enjoyed all of my friends who are on the superstar list in the challenge, and Drew. Anybody that's from Lawrence, I really enjoyed watching that. So it was cool. Good job, guys, on the... And Lewis Kessler, is Lewis in here this morning? I don't see him.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a...
Lewis Kessler knocked it out of the park because Drew had lots of Jewish ancestry, which is very hard to work. And so Lewis did a lot of good work. Melanie McComb. There were lots and lots of great people who got in there and did some good work. So great on the WikiTree challenge, the year of accuracy. Yay.
And if you guys didn't know, we got Lisa Listen and then also Amy Johnson Crow coming up.
Yeah, this week is a bye week.
Yeah.
If you watch football, you know what a bye week is. It's the week off. You get to take
this
a week off, which is why Mindy's not here talking to us about Drew.
Yeah, next week, Lisa. Did I say her last name right? Listen? Lisson?
Yeah,
not sure.
So.
I usually just see it in text all the time. Never heard it said out loud. So, okay, well, you can
John
see...
Tyner says he added 9 family members for Drew. Cool.
Good job,
cool,
John.
Cool.
This is why you're a member of the week. Not really. I mean, who knows? Coincidence or not? Who knows? Chris, you're giving me a $50 gift certificate to the Cheesecake Factory. Thank you. Even if that wasn't directed at me, I will take it. So, yes. So, chime in Wednesday for the kickoff for Lisa. And
not Wednesday. Next week. This week's a bye week.
Wait, no. My brain
is... Are they still doing the kickoff for Lisa this week?
I mean, I feel like... Now I'm confused. I think I got the weeks confused.
Post and tell us.
Because, so there's nothing going on this week, but we kick off
between Wednesday
unless there's
and
2
Wednesday.
weeks.
Gotcha. So Wednesday would be Lisa.
Yes. See, Max just got me all confuzzled in my brain. I was like,
She's discombobulated.
Discombobulated. And next Saturday for same time, same place. And that's all, folks. We will see you.
WikiTree